panel viewing vote, and it did not make it. So I just don't think it's in that top 6 on popular vote. It couldn't be based on what we heard last year. The only other 2 shows that I think really have a possibility, one is a brand new show, United States of Tara. Basically based off the Toni Collette performance, which I think will be nominated. The performance alone could spring that into a top 6 nominating situation. Another show that's really continuing to gain momentum, which is rare in a 3rd or 4th season, is How I Met Your Mother. And Neil Patrick Harris has been everywhere the past few weeks and months. The show has just hit cable in the past year, airing reruns on Lifetime. So it's really, for a show in a later season as it is, it's really got its highest profile ever. And I think a lot of people are just now watching the show for the first time. And that could be sort of, 2.5 Men did not make it till its 3rd season as an actual Emmy nominee for comedy series. A lot of people don't remember Everybody Loves Raymond did not make it till its 3rd or 4th season as a comedy series nominee. So it would not be unprecedented to see a show like How I Met Your Mother finally making it in the top 6 this year.
I agree. Rob, you have a thought?
Yeah. Absolutely. I was going to say How I Met Your Mother is definitely up there. I think now's the time for it to finally make it through. The last run of few episodes have been really top-notch, hilarious, very well written. I think it's really hit its stride, and I think it's really making quite an impact, and people are taking notice of it. So CBS might be doing very well out of this year's comedy series category, and I really hope it does. I think it really deserves it. And it's been ignored for far too long. And Chris makes some very, very good points. I think that even propelled me to swap over my current prediction, which I currently have Tara in there on the back of Toni Collette's brilliant performance, plus Emmy for it in the past, John Corbett, who I think may also be nominated, maybe in the supporting category. The only thing that's really going against Tara is that it's not very funny, and it's also probably not very widely seen, and so people will be voting for it on name alone maybe, and so this category is going to have some wild cards in it. It doesn't have as many locks, and there aren't so many comedy series in contention that something on the fringe may not make it through, so we might see some really good surprises here, and this is a category to watch for something exciting to happen, I hope.
There are 2 shows we haven't talked about that have very, very strong Emmy campaigns behind them, and we know, because we watch this stuff closely, that the campaign often matters, and if the networks have this kind of faith, we should too as Emmy watchers. I'm talking about Californication and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What do you guys think?
Well, I think you're certainly right on both. We haven't talked much about those. And David Duchovny, I think that was a big surprise last year when he was not nominated for lead actor there. I do think he gets nominated this time, and I think it's even got a shot in a couple of other categories. It would be Showtime's, I believe, first comedy series nomination if they were to get that. And they certainly know how to do this now. They've learned over the past 4 years or so, how to put on some great Emmy campaigns. So I think it's actually got a better shot at making it in than Weeds does if one of the 2 Showtime shows gets nominated. In terms of Sunny on FX, I do think that it's got a small shot of making it in. I think they would be better positioned to try to get an Emmy favorite like Danny DeVito into supporting actor. I think he's got maybe would be a surprise nomination on that morning of nominations if they would put a strong campaign behind him and also focus maybe on a writing or directing nomination, because it is a very intriguing show and it is a very creative show, and I think maybe if they were able to get a couple of nominations like that, that might be able to build on that for the next year, maybe even move into the comedy series category.
That's a good strategy, right, Rob? Danny DeVito, we know they love him.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I expected Danny DeVito to be nominated last year or the year before. I don't remember exactly what year it was when he first came into the show, and when he wasn't, I was quite surprised because he's a favourite of Emmy voters of past. And look, the show is definitely on the margins, but of course it has a shot. This category is going to throw up some real surprises, and that is a really good candidate for it. Personally, I don't think it really probably has enough legs for it, but look, anything's possible, and they should certainly be doing their best. And same for Californication. That is a deserving show. It's hilarious, but Showtime has a wealth of riches to promote, and so which one does it put its money behind? Probably all of them, but Lead seems to have been the favourite in the past, and Tara has this huge star in Toni Collette doing a fantastic performance, which will probably be nominated. So really, it's a good position to be in, Tom. It's better than having nothing on the air that you want to push. So.
Well, let me say this, too, about comedy. I didn't mean to break in, but comedy, unlike drama, I think, once you get past the first 3 or 4 almost guaranteed nominations in any of the comedy categories, it is wide open. It's hard to predict who's going to be in that 5th and 6th slot. Obviously, we don't know who is who's in 4th place, who's in 5th place, so forth. But we generally know, okay, in the comedy series category, 30 Rock, Office, Entourage, shows like that are definitely going to get nominated. Beyond that, you start looking at wild cards, and what I said earlier, as long as you've got a passionate fan base, either as an actor or an actress or a series, opening up the nomination numbers this year to 6 in a category really might incorporate and welcome in some people that maybe normally wouldn't have been nominated. I think that's great for everybody.
I do too. And last year we saw Showtime and FX break in there with Dexter and Damages to become the first, and AMC with Mad Men to become the first basic cable channels to get the non-HBO cable channels, I should say, to get into these top categories. Somebody's got to be the first to do it on the comedy side too.
That's right. Absolutely, and it's definitely possible. I actually think it's more even possible in the drama series category as well. This is wide open. We don't have the same system that we've had in the last few years, and really anything is possible. If enough people vote for it in terms of popularity, we're going to see some really fantastic surprises, and it's very exciting.
It is. It's all about the surprises. Thanks, guys.